Think the kills in Terrifier 2 are next level disgusting? Wait until you hear how they actually made the blood and guts look so real. There are countless horror monsters and villains out there, but few, at least in recent years, have had the same impact as Art the Clown.
Stay back. Stop, please, stop! Stay away from me!
The enormously successful sequel, Terrifier 2, was designed and crafted from the ground up with a ragtag FX team, where most of the gloriously gory set pieces were done almost exclusively by director and special effects artist Damien Leone and producer Phil Falcone. To achieve the amount of viscera needed to send even the most hardcore gorehounds heading for the aisle, there were some very special ingredients involved to ensure the maximum amount of gross-out potential. Throughout horror history, there have been countless recipes for blood that have been used. For example, there's the Hershey's chocolate syrup flowing down the drain in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, or FX artist Tom Savini's famous mix of pancake syrup, food coloring, and Kodak photo flow solution in George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. For Terrifier 2, Leone relied on his local butcher to make the blood in his absurdly over-the-top follow-up appear as disgusting as humanly possible. To call some of the ingredients incorporated into the film's gore creative would be an understatement. In an interview with Flash Film's Jacob Hall, Leone went into excruciating detail about everything that went into some of the most elaborate kills in Terrifier 2. Continuing where the first Terrifier left off, we find Art in the process of killing the incredibly unlucky coroner who was tasked with inspecting the clown's temporarily dead body. Leone and his team discovered that one ingredient in particular could make the coroner's demise look even more disturbing on screen. He explained, "What we use a lot is just fat. We know a butcher who would give us sausage casing, and then we'd fill them all with just fat to make intestines or whatnot. We use that a lot. Or if we ever just got to dig into a body, we just sort of see all that mush." When it came time to shoot the effect sequence, the fat would make the blood appear chunkier when they pumped it through the large tubes, adding another viscous layer to the overall look of the blood. He elaborated, "And you could see it a lot, especially in the scene where he's killing the coroner. You just see this chunky blood, and the fat is just so soft that it actually could work its way through the tubes." Without question, the most elaborate death in Leone's drawn-out sequel is the bedroom scene involving the character Allie, who experiences a level of torture rarely, if ever, depicted on screen. That scene is so seared into the twisted brains of brave moviegoers that it's easy to forget some of the other kills.
Ew, why am I so sticky?
Don't worry, it's just fake blood. Just put it in the bag.
But it's another kill from the movie that contains another oddball ingredient, and one that will make even the most hardened horror fan flinch when they try to imagine what the set must have smelled like. When Art the Clown kills a clerk working at the costume shop, Leone was looking for ways to make the scene stand out a little more, leading him to add another household ingredient to make the blood look more like what he remembered seeing in 70s horror films like Dawn of the Dead. He said, "I wanted that blood opaque, and it looked like paint almost. I had to put a lot of powdered milk into the blood to sort of kill the translucency. So I was putting some other weird things in there too, maybe like strawberry syrup or things just to brighten it up and stuff. So that was maybe paints as well." That was an interesting one. In the end, it sounds like Leone and his team tried anything and everything to try and give audiences a level of gruesomeness they'd never experienced before. Before long, Leone might be putting out a blood recipe of his own for future effects artists to play with. Leone recalled, "It was very sticky and gross. It smelled interesting. If the smell is pungent enough to make a homemade batch of blood stand out from the pack, you're probably on the right track."